Hi, if this is your first time here, welcome to my YouTube channel, or if you're like me and you've been here before, welcome back. I'm Chaotic Curl, and in this week's video, we're actually going to be making a really cute beach cover-up top. But before we get into that, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and of course, don't forget to follow me over on TikTok and Instagram at chaoticcurl_crafts, where you'll be able to see pictures and TikToks of this project as well as previous projects that I've worked on. See you guys over there. So, like I said, for this week's project, we're going to be making a beach cover up top. I do have some cotton yarn that I want to, use up and get out of my stash just to have it out of there. So I'm going to be using that yarn, but of course you'll see that in the materials section of the video. But I'm just really looking forward to making a top because I've noticed whenever I go to the beach, I don't really have anything to wear that looks good, usually like a t-shirt or shorts, but that's my all the time clothes. So I want something that's specific for the beach, that's going to look cute on the beach and that I can wear even if it's not for the beach. So I'm making the top. So let's go ahead and let's get started. For this project, you will need to know how to double crochet, single crochet, chain stitch, and treble crochet stitch. So let's go and get into the project. And here are the supplies that I'm going to be using for this week's project. We have my cotton yarn in a very, very pretty beige khaki color. I'm really excited to see how this is going to work up for that top. I'm going for a very neutral look, so this is actually the perfect color. Of course, I have my safety pins as stitch markers and my 5.5mm crochet hook. These are the things that I need just to get started right now. Any other supplies that I use in the making of this project, of course, I will have listed in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out before you get started. Okay, now I've done my slip knot, so I'm ready to get started on the project. And the way that I'm going to start it might seem a bit unconventional, but this is the way that I start all of my projects, so we're just going to go with the flow. So I'm going to go ahead and chain one, and now into this one chain from the hook, I'm going to put 3 double crochet. It might be a bit difficult at the beginning. You don't want to make that chain too tight, just so that you can get into that little lump right there. And what I'm actually gonna do, what I'm gonna do for my first double crochet, like I do every time, I'm gonna do that stacked single crochet. So I've got my first loop on the hook, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both of those loops, so you should have 1 loop on the hook left, and then we're gonna go back into that back leg, so this little leg of the stitch. We have 2 legs, 1, 2, we're going to go into that second one from our hook. Just yarn over, pull through, and that is my second single crochet, which makes my first double crochet, and we just do 2 more. And this is my first row. And now what I'm going to do from here until I reach the size that I want, I'm going to start with my stacked single crochets from that first double crochet, and then I'm going to double crochet across until I get to the middle stitch. So as you can see, for the second row, I'm already there in that middle stitch. So in the middle, I'm going to do 3 double crochet, and then I'll go ahead and finish the row off on that last stitch with just 1 double crochet in the last stitch. Go ahead, turn my work. This is for row 3, and for every row from here on out, you're going to start with either the chain 3 or stacked double crochets, like how I start my rows. This is my first double crochet into the next stitch, and again, once you make it to the center stitch, so in this case I have 5 stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here in this 5th stitch here, I'm going to do 3 double crochet. And then we'll just go ahead and double crochet to finish the row, one in each stitch. Okay, and now from here on out, like I said, we're gonna go into that into that middle stitch, and we'll do 3 double crochets, and I'm just gonna keep working it this way until I make it to the size that I need it to be. So I'll come back and show you guys what it's looking like once I finish the bra cup. Okay, I am now on the last row for this bra cup. So I do already have the other cup already made with its chain for the front tie. So what I'm actually going to do on this last row is I'm going to make a chain so that I can connect the 2 bra cups. So that way, so this chain is going to be like my back starting chain, or my back panel in a way, but I'm going to do this chain, connect the 2 panels, and then I'm actually going to slip stitch across the chain again so that I can finish this final row here, and then I'll do the chain for the front so I can tie it up in the front. But that's what I'm going to be doing right now. So I am just going to go ahead and I'm going to make 40 slip stitches. Okay, so as you can see, I did already start my row with a stacked single crochet for my first double crochet for this row. But from here, I'm just gonna start doing my slip stitches so that way I can make the chain this direction. Okay, so that's 40 chains. So now I'm going to attach it on this end here to my bra cup, making sure that they are both facing the same direction so that way nobody's upside down and the chain isn't attaching upside down either. So I'm just going to make sure that the chain isn't twisted so that way I can attach it straight. Okay, just one more check. Okay, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and insert my hook into the first stitch from this bra cup here, and we just go right on ahead and slip the stitch. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and that's it. Now from here, I'm gonna slip across this row, and then like I said, I'll just go ahead and work the last row for this bra cup. So I'll go ahead and do my slip stitches and do the stitch like I said. Okay, now as you can see, I made it back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 stitches into this top right here. So this is where I had started my row. So I'm just going to do 1 here. This is going to be a slip stitch. That's going to be my 40th slip stitch as far as the row is concerned. And now in the same space here, we're going to do our stack. We're going to do another stacked single crochet right on top of here. So that way this counts as our first double crochet. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and double crochet across, finish this row, and chain 30 for that front tie strap that I wanna include. And then I will double crochet across, well, I'll slip stitch across. I'll show you guys what I do. So So I'll just finish this row and then show you guys what that looks like. And that was the end of my double crochet row for the bra cup. Now, as you can see, I am making the chain for the front tie of that bra cup. So like I said, I am chaining 30 and then I will slip stitch across it again just to reinforce it, but this is what it looks like. Okay, so here, as you can see, I have both bra cups, the back strap and both front tie straps. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to do single crochet all the way across until I get back to this row. I'm not gonna do any increases, no decreases, nothing. I'm just gonna single crochet into each stitch. So since there's not really much to explain from there, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. Single crochet all the way across, and then of course I'll do it, I think, for maybe 2 more rows, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. So I should finish with 3 rows of single crochet. And for the single crochet, I'm not going to single crochet the strap 3 times. So the straps are only going to get single crocheted once. So after that, I'll single crochet only up to the ends of the bra cups and not the tie straps. I don't want them to be too thick. So I think 1 row of single crochet is more than enough. And then everything else will get those 3 rows of single crochet. So I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like once the 3 rows of single crochet are done and I'm ready to start with the V-stitch. Okay, so I finished the 3 rows of single crochet, and as you can see, I have my front straps completed as well. So I'm ready to get started on the bottom portion. So what I'm actually going to do for this portion here, since I want it to be a bit more flowy versus stiff, I'm actually going to do the V-stitch, which is going to be the double crochet, which is normally a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to do it in the treble crochet stitch so that my stitches are longer. So this is what it's going to look like. To start the row, I'm going to start like I normally would with my stacked single crochet, except I'm going to go 3 high instead of 2. So this is going to count as my first treble. So that's my first one. Then I'm going to go ahead, chain 1, and then yarn over twice into that same first stitch. And we're going to build up the treble crochet stitch. And I'm just going to continue my V-stitch that way. So I'm not going to skip too many. I'm just going to skip 1 and do it in every other stitch until I make it to the end of the row, which is going to be here. So I'm not going to continue on the strap. I'm gonna do it from point A to point B, and I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like once it's done. Okay, so I finished the first row. This is what the first row of those V-stitches is looking like. And looking at it now, what I'm actually gonna do for the next row and just continuing from here, I'm gonna add a chain 1 in between each V-stitch. So I'm gonna do the treble crochet. I'll do it like this. Oh, sorry, I don't know where my camera is, but I'll do a treble crochet, chain 1, and then another treble crochet, and then a chain 1 right in the middle there. So I'm not going to undo this row. I'm going to leave everything exactly the way that it is now, and for row 2 and going on, I'm going to start doing that. So this is how I would be starting that next row. So as you can see, I'm just going to go ahead, turn my work into that first stitch, that first treble on the corner. I'm just going to build my stacked single crochet into a treble crochet, chain 1, and then work another treble crochet into that same stitch. And then, like I said, I'm gonna do a chain 1, and then I'll go into the next space and work my treble crochets. And I'm just gonna continue like this until I make it to the end of the row, well, until I run out of yarn. So we'll see which happens first. I'll definitely make it to the end of the row, so I'm hoping not to run out of yarn by then. But I'll just continue crocheting this same way until I make it either to the length that I want, or like I said, I run out of yarn. And then from there, we'll check in again, and I'll see what I'm gonna do about the straps. I don't wanna do the straps right now, just because I don't wanna run out of yarn for the bottom portion. So I'm gonna do this part first, and then I'll worry about the straps. If I need to include another color, I definitely have more yarn, so I can definitely just pick a color and add it onto this project. But that's what I'm going to be doing from here. I'm just going to be V-stitching and chaining until I finish the row, until I finish this, until I finish. So I'll definitely check in with a couple of updates a few rows in and just show you guys what it's looking like, but it's basically going to be the same thing until it's done. So I'll see you guys in a minute. So I was able to finish 3 rows of the bottom portion. So this is what it's looking like. The V-stitch, super cute, but this is what I've got so far. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach another cake, another yarn cake. I'm going to go ahead and attach another cake of yarn, and then I'm just going to keep crocheting. But this is what it looks like 3 rows in, and I think, yeah, like I said, I think I'm just gonna leave the straps for the end, but this is what I've got so far. And I'm actually gonna stop crocheting for today because I need to go have dinner. So I'll pick this back up tomorrow, and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow and show you guys what it's looking like then. But as of today, we have the bra cups completed, the back panel, and the start of the bottom portion, the ruffle portion, started. So we are well on our way to completing this project, and like I said, tomorrow I'll just be crocheting the V-stitch for this bottom portion for as long as I can go. So we'll go for as long as my yarn will let me, and if I need to find more yarn or another color or whatever, we'll figure it out when we need to figure it out. But this is as far as I got for today, and I will check in with you guys when I start again tomorrow, which of course is going to be a couple of hours for me, but it's just a few seconds for you guys. So I'll see you there. And here it is. The project is complete. I got 14 to 15 rows in on the bottom portion here with the V-stitch. As you can see, it looks really nice. It's actually as long as I wanted it to be. I'll show you guys what it looks like on, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like now that I finished it. And I actually did add straps. I just made a chain of 100 and added it to the top of each bra cup. So it's definitely ready to be worn. I'm just gonna sew in the ends here on the strap, here on the bottom, and of course on the neck straps, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like on. Okay, so here it is. This is the finished top. This is what it looks like. So I did chain stitches for the straps. I did 150 chains, and what I did was I made the straps long enough so that I could tie it in the back here, and it kind of makes the straps adjustable as well, because I can make it either longer so that, you know, it falls farther. I don't know why I'd want to, but just in case, I could change it to like a halter. I could make a different design with the straps. I can it's up to me what I want to do with the straps. But yeah, this is what the top looks like. I am planning on making this again, and when I make it again, I will be making it just a little bit longer so that it's more of a mini dress than a top. But I love the way that it looks like as a top. And as you can see, I am wearing something underneath. I do plan on wearing this as like a bikini cover up. So once I have my bikini top on, obviously I won't be wearing anything underneath, but the top is a little bit see-through, so I don't feel too comfortable with wearing nothing underneath it. And I don't know about sewing in any cups right now, but I like the way that it's looking right now. Maybe when I make the dress, I'll put some cups into it so I can wear it, you know, just like that. But even still, it's gonna be mesh, so I'm still gonna be wearing shorts or something underneath it, but you get the idea. This is what the top looks like. I haven't blocked it yet. I do plan on washing it, you know, blocking it and all that stuff before I actually wear it out. So of course, I'll show you guys what that looks like. You'd have to be following me over on my TikTok or on my Instagram at chaoticcurl_crafts, so you can see what this project looks like after blocking. And of course, if you're interested in any of my previous projects, you can go and check them out over there as well. But I'm so happy with the way that this project turned out. I actually really do like the yarn that I used. It's really soft. It wasn't too rough to work with, so it was really good to use, really nice on my hands, and it feels good now. It's squishy. It's a nice squishy cotton yarn, so it feels pretty good. The top is a little warm, but I'm in a room right now. I don't have a fan on, I don't have anything on me, so of course it's a little warm. I'm pretty sure once I wear it out, it'll feel a lot better, especially with the mesh design that I did for the, I guess, for the bottom portion of the top. But it is fully open in front with just a little tie closing it. But like I said, I love it. I love the way it looks, and I'm gonna be making it, I'm making it again. I'm making it in another color. I'm making it longer. So you can check that out over on my TikTok and my Instagram once I make that. But this is the top. This is what it's looking like, and I'm so happy with it. So if you guys made anything this week, or if you made the same thing that I'm making, I would like to see what you made. So please don't be scared. Post it over on Instagram, post it over on TikTok, and go ahead and tag me. I'll be more than happy to check it out and see what you guys have been working on. And of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. If you'd like, share my content with your friends. Show them what we can make. Anything is possible with yarn. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.